Okay, I'm back. I got a tiny little cut. I put a Band-Aid on it. It's fine. I've done a lot worse. One time I basically cut the entire side of my hand off on a mandolin. So anyway, so let's get our bread all cut up into little cubes. And obviously it's very rustic, but what I was saying before, it's very versatile. If you wanted to add spices to the custard mixture, like pumpkin pie spice or cloves, or you could add almond extract and make it kind of almondy. Maybe put a little mascarpone in there. There's so many different ways that you can make bread pudding, flavor it to be your own. You can put raisins in there, dried fruits, strawberries, make it like strawberry shortcake. You can use different kinds of milk. You can put coconut in. I mean, it's endless. You get my point. The possibilities are endless. That's probably why I love cooking so much. It's such a creative outlet for me. I love getting super creative, and you can make everything your own and according to what you like, what your family likes. All right, so this bread is pretty good. I think I've got it all torn or cut in like 1-inch pieces or around 1-inch pieces. Okay, I have my slow cooker here. We'll put this in our slow cooker. And then we'll get started on our custard mixture. Okay, custard. Let's start with our eggs. We're gonna need about 4 eggs. It's a basic custard mixture. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, little baby shell. You can't be in there. 4. Oh, this egg is sticking to the carton. 4 eggs. And now we're going to add some milk. And we're gonna need about 2 cups of milk. I know I'm using a dry measure, but you're not supposed to do that, but we're using a dry measure. I do that all the time. I'm really bad with that. And we want some vanilla as well. I love vanilla. I always put a little more than I probably should. It's just so good. It has that like round kind of sweetness. It ties things together. It was probably like 2 tablespoons in my recipe. When I write this, I'll say 1 tablespoon. Okay, we're gonna need a little salt. You always want salt in that was a good pinch of salt, kosher salt. You always want salt in your sweet things because it enhances that sweet, balances everything out. We're gonna have about 2/3 cup of sugar. I don't like things, even sweet desserts, things that are meant to be sweet, I don't like them too sweet. Hi, Tucker. And let's give that a little whisk. And then we're slowly gonna add in our melted butter. Perfect. I can smell that vanilla and the butter too. Nice and whisked. And now we're going to pour it over let me take the bowl out of here, and we're gonna pour it over our bread in our slow cooker all around. And let's kind of push this down a little bit so it's all kind of incorporated. And it should look wet, because the eggs are gonna cook. I hate dry bread pudding, and I love moist, yummy, soft bread pudding. But I really don't like dry bread pudding. All right. So my point is that if you think it needs a little more milk, then by all means go ahead, but it should look wet. Like almost like a bowl of cereal that's been sitting in milk for a little while and it got soggy. We'll push it down, get it kind of flat on the top. And then we are going to dot it with some chocolate chips, some semi-sweet chocolate chips. And remember I said I don't like too many chocolate chips. I'm just gonna dot here and there because I really like that mouthfeel of the bread pudding, the vanilla-y bread pudding, and then a chocolate chip here or there. And plus, remember, we're adding the salted caramel sauce. All right, so that's good. So this is gonna go into a slow cooker for about 2.5 hours, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, and I'll show you how to make the salted caramel sauce. It's gonna be awesome. Hey guys, so I wanted to get started on our caramel sauce. And I was actually going to do it over by the stove, over at the stove in a pot. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it in the microwave. We're just using caramels, like cooking caramels. These are like craft cooking caramels. They're caramels that you would melt to make like candy apples with. And I just thought, you know what, the bread pudding was so uncomplicated and so easy that I just thought, why not make the caramel sauce so easy? Remember, we're making a salted caramel sauce for our bread pudding, and that's almost done. But we're just gonna put the caramels in the microwave. It's super duper easy. They go in there with like a tablespoon or two of water and just melt them for a couple minutes. And I'm only making enough. If I had company coming over, if it was Thanksgiving and I was serving this for for a dessert, as part of dessert from Thanksgiving dinner, or if I had a dinner party or whatever. If I was making it for a group of people, I'd make the whole bag of caramels, maybe over the stove, melt it slowly for a few minutes with a couple tablespoons of water. But I'm actually just going to make 2 desserts right now. So I'm just going to make a small batch in the microwave, just so you can see how it looks when it's done. And I'm gonna put a little salt in here once it's melted, because it is salted caramel. And I'm also going to finish off the sauce with this Maldon sea salt. So Maldon smoked sea salt is a finishing salt. You could also use fleur de sel. Fleur de sel is also a finishing salt. And those, when I say finishing salt, you don't cook with them. Like when you salt a dish or whatever, you don't cook with them. You actually just finish dishes with them on top. Salads, like a caprese salad, you know, dishes like this, ice cream. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but I love my finishing salts. They're so yummy. They almost don't even have a salty flavor. They almost just have like a briny flavor, you know? It's almost not even super salty. And they also add a little texture too, which I like. So I'm just gonna get these unwrapped in the microwave, probably gonna take about 1 to 2 minutes, to 1.5 to 2.5 minutes. And I'll show you what it looks like. See you soon. Hey guys, so I had my little caramels in the microwave for I think I put them in for 1 minute and 30 seconds, but you just want to keep an eye on it. It's going to take 1 to 2 minutes, depending on how much you use. Now I just hit it with a little salt, but half of it fell on my spoon, so I'll put a little more in. Okay, so we have a little bit of kosher salt in the caramels, and then I'm going to bring you over and show you how I scoop out some of our bread pudding. Okay, so our bread pudding is done. And actually, let's see. Yep, it was in there for 2 hours, the full 2 hours. So that's what it looks like. It's a little bit brown around the edges, but it's really, really yummy. And you see, those are the little chocolate chips. So we'll scoop it out. I could tell it was done because I inserted a large toothpick. Look at that. It's all warm and hot and yummy. I inserted a large toothpick into the center and it came out clean. So that's what the bread pudding looks like. Looks yummy. And then let's cover it with some caramel sauce. I'm trying to do this one-handed. I don't know why, since I do have a tripod, but how amazing does that look, and how easy was that? Like, so easy. I like a lot of caramel. See how it just drips off? You can make your own caramel sauce, but why when the bread pudding was so easy? There's just no point. Okay, then we need our Maldon sea salt. What did I do with you, Maldon? Hold on one second. Maldon sea salt, we're just gonna kind of flake that on the top. And then that's it. Let's get a nice little bite here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some caramel. Yummy.